We're here. We're here. We're here. We're here. We're here.
We like to
What's
sneak up
going
on you
on?
guys. We like to
Yes.
sneak up on you guys. We like that the air of surprise. How's everybody doing? Happy Tuesday.
It is Tuesday. Who's eating tacos tonight?
God, I wish it was me. That sounds so good. But here is
It's not me.
something you gotta get. You gotta get on. So the catracho tacos, right? That are here. That's basically like catracho is like what you would call somebody. It's Honduran, and so it's a style of taco where it's basically like you got all the stuff in it. You got the meat inside of like kind of like a roll taco, like a burrito kind of, but open on the sides, and then deep fried with all the stuff and sauce on it and all kinds of stuff. So good. I mean,
Taquito.
kind of like a taquito, but like a lot bigger. Like you know what I'm saying? Like it's a man-sized taquito.
Like
Shit's
a man
great.
size.
Yeah, it's man-sized. You know,
Like
folded pizza in half. That count? I mean, you know, kind of.
yes. Counts. I mean,
Chimichanga, dude.
chimichanga.
Chimichangas are fire.
Ooh.
Shout out to if anybody ever goes to Kentucky. I think that we discussed Fozzie might be. Oh no. He's close to where I am at in Maryland. But I was gonna say in Kentucky, you can go to Casa Fiesta or Puerto Vallarta. And if you go to Puerto Vallarta in the back, Ohio. Okay, so you are close to Kentucky. So you're kind of like right there. If you ever go to Puerto Vallarta in Richmond, Kentucky, and you go to the back, they got like a fake brick wall. You'll see my signature on there. So there's an Easter egg for everybody. You go to Richmond, Kentucky, probably what, like 15 years ago when I was like hiding, drinking beers with my friends and like somebody could drive, you know, I wrote my name in Puerto Vallarta and it's still there. So you can check it out on the brick wall. Yeah.
Puerto Vallarta's in Mexico, sir.
Well, that's the restaurant. It's the Mexican restaurant in Richmond, and they.
I refuse. I refuse to believe there are any good Mexican restaurants.
Oh, dude,
north.
I'm telling you,
of Arizona.
Richmond, Kentucky, specifically had like there were a couple places that for Thai food were ridiculously good for no reason. And I will say that there were a couple of Mexican food places that were ridiculously good for no reason. But like with other stuff, like there wasn't that much. It was kind of hard. It's not like DC. DC is crazy. They have everything, but Richmond, Kentucky had good Mexican food and had some good Thai.
If you want good Mexican food, you need to be on the border somewhere. That's my opinion.
I'm telling you. Well, you know, sometimes
the best Mexican food comes out of like a 15 by 15 shack that looks like it's falling apart with the AC hanging out the window and the little spinny things to keep the bugs out of the other window.
Well, yeah. I'll say that, you know, Fozzie has a good point here. Cincinnati has some pretty good Mexican food too. And I'm telling you, I think that, you know, the good ones, like you got the dad, right? And then Pedrito was like, Dad, I'm not going to do this. I don't want to do the family business here. I'm going to go off on my own, be my own man. Well, Pedro settled down in Richmond, Kentucky and Ohio, and then put out some bomb restaurants, right? He was like, Dad, look at this. And I'm telling you, you'd be surprised.
Maybe.
You'd be surprised. Well, Kentucky you can go to. So we got to go to Kentucky. We got to check out the Buc-ee's that they put in Richmond, because that's like, you know, that's like the biggest thing that's ever happened in Richmond. Besides First Watch. Do you know First Watch? Are you familiar?
No.
Okay, so First Watch is like specifically a Christian breakfast place. And when I say specifically a Christian breakfast place, like Cracker Barrel, you probably know Cracker Barrel, no?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so Cracker Barrel, absolute fire. Yeah, we got enough illegals. We got good Mexican food. But First Watch, dude, I used to get like angry because me and my friends would wake up, we'd go get this awesome breakfast that's overpriced, really delicious though, and like they have cocktails, but they only allow you 2 at like per sitting while you're at the table, right?
Well, that's right.
Yeah.
Of
Well, and
course.
then in Richmond, Kentucky, they also were dry on Sundays. So you'd have
Right.
to drive to the big city like 30 to 45 minutes away just to get some, beer from the gas station, come back. What do you mean dry? You know what I mean? Crazy.
Yeah, I can't believe there's still dry counties in the United States, but
I think it's
whatever.
crazy. I think it's crazy. But funny thing, here in Honduras, they don't sell alcohol for like 3 days leading up to elections. And if you're
That's
caught drinking, you can get in trouble. Like you can like actually be thrown in jail during elections.
seems a little authoritarian, but I can understand that they don't want a bunch of drunk people at the polls, you know?
Yeah, fighting each other,
Yeah, you know.
But anyways, yeah. So that's what we got. What else you got going on? What's new?
Nothing. So we so I set up a BitUnix account and posted it in our setups and trades, our trading group area, and I funded it with $500, and I'm going to be showing everybody my trades, my P&L, everything. I'm not going to like commit to try and building it up to 50,000 or something like that, because I'll definitely be pulling money out of it. But yeah, and I am going to be more active in there. I told everybody I have some IRL crap going on and I haven't been very active. So that I am going to prioritize our trading group. So
That's good. I also should apologize because I've been less active than usual because, dude, I've been up like 3 a.m. every single day doing a whole bunch of this and that. And hopefully there'll be something good that comes of it. And I'll be back in the States soon. So then I'll get to not sleep in, but I'll at least get 4 or 5 shots of blonde espresso first thing in the morning and get started.
I
Yeah.
don't know what's going on. I think that my camera, the color's off on my camera. So
No, dude, you just need to get some sun.
I live in Arizona. I'm in the sun all the time. See all them liver spots up there? That's from the sun. Sun.
All right. So I don't know. Well, I know that you're working on that video, but I have this one that doesn't have music or anything, and it's not that special. And I'm gonna put it up.
Well, so
you.
I was thinking that we just run with that, just add some music to it and run with it.
Okay. Now, what if
Because
I
after,
told you I have one that does have some music that probably isn't copyrighted?
probably isn't copyrighted or isn't copyrighted.
Okay, isn't copyrighted because it's from Clipchamp and it's one of the free ones that you're allowed to use.
Oh, okay. I mean, you literally have a cousin that makes music, but I understand.
I know. I need to take one of I need to go back into he has a whole channel in Telegram with all his new music and different
Right.
things. So what I will ask of you is if we'll do things in reverse. So we'll talk about the mint that's upcoming and also reset the room. So reset the room,
Okay.
talk about the mint, and by that time, this video should be uploaded and I can put it up for everybody.
This video should be uploaded. Famous last words. All right, everybody, do us a favor, hit that like button, subscribe, share this with a friend. If you are on X, tag some DJs, give us a repost, all that good stuff. We go live Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. PST, bringing you the daily news nightly. And also, as you can see from the video playing in the background, JPEG Boss Mint will be going live by the end of this month. The reopening of the Mint will be going live by the end of this month. This is going to be a community-based investing group style. So like 50% of all the Mint funds will go into a community wallet. in which the community will vote to invest, and then the rewards from those investments will go back to to people that are participating in the governance. There will be staking rewards, all that good stuff. And oh, there we go. All right, I'll pay attention down here. But the first trade in the BitUnix account is moving.
Ooh.
And we're going to show that here in a little bit. But yeah, and then the remaining 50% of the mint funds obviously will go into the JPEG Empire Treasury. It'll pay for overhead, expansion, artist costs, all that good stuff. So that's what we got going on. And since we're done there, John, why don't you take it away?
Join us at Rare Evo, the top blockchain conference, August 6th through 10th, 2025, at Caesars Palace in Las Vegas. The top blockchain projects like Algorand, Midnight, HBAR, ICP, Thorchain, and Igon, and many more are going to be there. This is definitely a must for blockchain enthusiasts and fans. Use discount code CryptoNightly to save on your tickets and to support the channel. Don't miss it. We can't wait to see you there. It's going to be a blast.
Boom.
Right?
Well, I like that. I like that.
All right. Cool.
I like it.
So there we are. Thank you guys. We appreciate you guys so much all of the time. And thank you all for joining us. Thank you, Jay Coco, also for sharing that everywhere. Let's see. So we got rid of that. Now, let's make sure that everybody has shared, reposted, liked, done all the things that you can do to support the channel. It costs you nothing. We appreciate you guys. We're going to go into market update. Boom.
First thing we want to do is we want to go ahead and check on this trade. All right, first trade open with the BitUnix account. It's got a good UI. I mean, it's basically the same as any other leverage site if you've ever used one. Obviously, you place your order, boom. I do like this. So it's got this option. Once you place your order, you can click and drag on like the TP or the SL and just drag it right into position, which is beautiful. And then as you can see, I got my first take profit at 84,000, which we know is an SR level right here. And then the second take profit is the measured move out of this flag on the 15-minute. The reason I entered this trade is because I don't like this though. If somebody knows, I asked in Telegram, in the Telegram group that I'm in, if they know how to move this. I tried to move it to the left. I want it over here like this. But for whatever freaking reason, it won't let me move this damn thing. I try and click on the little thing right here and move that, but it don't move. I don't know, but it's like
and
right
it's
on
scary.
top.
It's very scary. It's also very scary how it's set up, because if you hit flash close and your trade's not in yet, like, you know what I mean? Or you accidentally flash close at a loss, which is the X. Right. Or if you hit the reversal and then all of a sudden you're shorting. Now
right?
Now
I want to be able to see my trade and my VRVP and everything over here, but it is just not working. So that, I don't know. Like I said, I just downloaded the app, just everything right now. So, but this is the trade I'm in. And we come over here. Let's go ahead and go into the market cap first. Let's refresh. Let's see what's going on. Boom. This is like probably the first green day we've seen in quite a while, up 2.9% on the overall market cap. Coming still under 3 trillion, coming in at 2.781, 152 billion in volume. Bitcoin dominance up to 59.2, Ethereum at 8.35, and less than a GUI to send an ETH transaction. We got Bitcoin coming in at 83,028, up a whopping 7.3%. Ethereum at 1915, up 6.3. XRP at 219, up 13. BNB at 552, up 6. Solana at 125, up 8.4. And it's kind of deceiving, right? Because look, you got all the major coins, they're all up massive, right? But the overall market is still only up 2.9%. And with Bitcoin holding almost 60% of the weight in the market being up 7.3%, that means we got a lot of coins that are in the opposite direction to where only being up that much. Let me go ahead and turn my phone off for Fozzie. We got Cardano at 73 cents, up 10%. Let's go. Dogecoin at 1646, up 12. Tron rounding out the top 10 at 2243, down 1.1%. So there's a hit to the average, right? And where is SWE? Still outside the top 20 at 225, but up 11.4% today. Let's see what the biggest gainers are. Caspa, man, with a monster move, 26%. Celestia up 21. BitTensor up 20. Pepe up 17. Bonk up 15. Render up 15. Quant up 14. I bet you we're going to see a grip of double digits. How far am I going to have to scroll? Only about a third of the way down the page, down to Theta at 10.2. Let's look at biggest losers. I bet we don't have very many losers. We have Athena down 5.4, Tron down 1, and then less than 1%. So pretty much the whole market is pumping. Look, it goes green real quick. It goes to stable coins and then goes green real quick. So let's take a look. Oh, I should have brought up Forex Factory, but the jolts, yeah, 2.9% is better than negative. That is correct, J. Coco. So I should have had Forex Factory pulled up, but the jolts report came out today. And what it does is it measures like job openings. I can't remember. It's like job opening, labor, something. I don't know. But it came in well over expected. I think expected was like 6.5 and it came in at like 7 point something. And that's signaling a tighter market, which is, I mean, it's good for the economy. It shows the economy is strong. What it's bad for is Jerome Powell cutting rates, because we want a soft labor market. We want, not that we want people out of work, but, we want people out of work. We want unemployment to go up so he can put in those rate cuts to, bring it back down into perspective. That being said, that was the only news from today as far as that. We do have core CPI and all that coming out tomorrow. So that's going to be interesting. But let's bring it out to the daily on Bitcoin. And as the title says, Bitcoin prints bullish signal. And that bullish signal is this massive engulfing green candlestick right here. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The first candlestick green in 6 days. And it's beautiful engulfing candlestick. We got the green dot with the divergence. Looks like we might be getting this to play out. This might be starting to play out. We might have bottomed. I'm still skeptical. This could be a dead cat bounce. I mean, we're not above the 200 MA. We are not above the 84,000 SR level. So this could be a dead cat bounce, but we will see. New candle is also green. It's only a couple out. Well, it's only an hour and a half, not even an hour and a half old. So this is the new candle for the day. But it looks like we're wanting to get back above that 200. And if we come back to this play right here, which actually I deleted it. I deleted the trend lines. because we were on the daily. We come back out to the 15-minute. Let me redraw these. So we're getting a nice bull flag on the 15-minute. Momentum, nice green dot on the momentum. VWAP to the upside, money flow curving back to the upside. Kind of hard to see. It's such a small little dip right here. But you can see money flow came down, starting to curve back up. That's what we want to see. And we are back above the 21. We came down. So, and once we break here, take this. Obviously, you take the length of your pole. Boom. Bring it to the breakout. Takes us to about 85.16, which will also get us above this 84,000 SR level and get us back above the daily 200 MA. So we really want to see that play out. Not just because I took the trade, but we want to see it play out for Bitcoin also. So, and then another reason I took this trade right here. Last night, we went over this last night, and multiple times it played out. So like as soon as we got off the stream, I was going through the charts and I posted a couple. I was like, this is exactly what happened on the 1 minute, you know, this, and boom. And those started playing out. And as you can see, if we go back to the 15-minute and we come, you know, so this is going to be last night at this time. And then we got that pump, came down, and then the pump again, right? So it definitely played out. If you're in the setups and trades channel or category in Discord, you'll be able to see everything that I put out. But when you come back down to the 1 minute, this is the picture perfect, right? What I say last night, you break the 1 minute, you break the 200 on the 1 minute, you open a long stop loss below, right? It came down a little bit, but then went back up. And then when it come down to retest the 21, that's when the 21 was crossing the 200, giving you a bullish cross, a lot of confluence, green dot, and boom, look, we've already taken off. And that is just like a perfect trade right there. Boom. It's not going to happen every time. And once again, this is the 1 minute. But like I posted in Discord, this plays out on every time frame. Okay, I posted because it went right to the 5 minute last night after that. And once again, it did the same thing. So this is a setup for every time frame. So say we were on everything else is above. It's kind of hard to see because everything else is above. We'll probably have to go out to the 4 hour. So let's see, 4 hour, we're not even close. 2 hour, 1 hour. Okay. So right here on the 1 hour, you can see that this move this trade right here would actually take us to the 200. And once this 21 starts coming up and you get the price action, when we get over that 200, you know, you open up your long, tight stop loss. If you get wicked out, you can always reset the position and go. And then as the 21 comes up, you're going to see it come, retest, and take off. So I am optimistically bullish. You know, I really want to see this trade play out, get us back up to 85. Not only will we reclaim the 1 hour 200 MA, which will set us up, and then we'll look for another step to go even to the next step, right? But it'll also get us above that daily. So we come down here to SWE. I posted this earlier, just like last week when we were talking about, you know, if we lose this, if we lose 265, we're going to 229, right? Well, let's bring this out to the 2 hour. Same thing, you know, if we regain 229, you know, the next move is going to be back up to 265. You know, you're going to have a few points of contention in here, but, you know, you got a node here at 235. You got a node at 242. But it's the same concept. When you're setting your alarms and your SR levels and stuff like that, they work both ways. So if you're coming down and you lose support, you're coming to the next level, right? Not always, but most of the time you're going to come down to the next level, especially if you have like a big volume gap or something like that. Well, just like coming back up. When you're coming back up, once you break that support or that resistance and flip it to support, go up, maybe get a retest, and then boom, it's like it wants to suck you up to the next level, because the levels you are putting is where all the volume is. So, but SWE, definitely watching SWE. As you can see, you got the alarm set at 229. If that breaks, then I will come down to the smaller time frames. I'll look for an entry and we'll send it. Cardano's is in a similar situation. We come out here, let's go out to the 2 hour. Boom. Same thing, right? We lost 81 right here. You see, we were fighting with it. What happened? Boom, right down to 74. Fault was 74, couldn't hold it, lost it. Boom, almost back down to 59. I mean, we stopped at 64, which could have been another SR level. But you can see right here, even on the 2 hour, we were fighting to get back above that 74 cent. And there is look at that huge volume gap right there on the 2 hour. Even if let's bring some more data on the screen, because it's only going to show you data from this. But even if we break that, if having all this data on the screen, we break that, we still have a volume gap that takes us up, boom, to about 77. And then we keep going up to 81. But when you're on a smaller time frame like this, you don't have to have like 2 years of data on the screen. I mean, this is the 2 hour, and we got about 2 weeks of data on the screen going back to February 28th. So right at about 2 weeks, and with that big volume gap right there, break this, come down to the lower time frames, see what's going on, and you can see we're above the 200 here. And that's what I would be looking for. Other than that, I think that's about it, unless you got something you want me to look at, John.
No, I guess actually, if you'll check out movement. Yeah, or move. Which
What's
move
the
is a
ticker?
pretty
Move?
new layer 2 for Ethereum, but there was an article we talked about yesterday where they were looking at getting an ETF already.
Oops.
And it just came out pretty recently. So I'm just interested to see if the chart is giving any more bullish signals than some of the other ones. Kind of just
More
looks like
bullish?
not more
It
bullish.
actually looks very flat. Let's go to the daily. So it's not a very old coin. So you're not going to have a bunch of data. You can see we're not going to have a 200 or anything like that.
But it is kind of curving up.
It does seem to, and look, our alarm just went off for Cardano. You see right here, Cardano is breaching 74 cents. Does that mean it's getting ready to pump? Well, I'm in the middle of a stream, so while John is reading articles, I will be checking on that. I will be looking for an entry. Yeah, it does have, almost. I mean, they say Adam and Eve's are supposed to be flat, but they don't have to be. You could kind of say, boom, right? Something like that for sure. But since it's such a new coin, let's go down a little bit. Let's go down. All right. So we are fighting with the 200. You can see, oops, why the hell is that still on there? You can see as soon as we lost the 200 right here, like as soon as it came into fruition, we lost it, just dump city, right? But we are now back trying to regain the 200. on the 4 hour, but those are some crazy wicks. That is a lot of wicks. It's not a very big market cap, huh?
No,
It's got
no,
to be a
no.
real. So it's got a lot of volume with a small market cap equals extreme volatility. And you can tell by these wicks just playing out crazy. Let's go to the 2 hour. So oh, it's raining. Can hear the rain. Crazy, bro. All that blizzard we had, gone. Like it never even happened. No snow anywhere. There's no snow on the mountains, nowhere. Then we're getting ready to have another blizzard here in the next day or so. We got rain to the end. It was like 60 yesterday and like 65 yesterday, like 60 today. Super bipolar ass weather. But yeah, it doesn't really look, it's in this range right here. This is what I would be watching. Since you're in this range, you're right on top of, look, when we put this stat, we are right on top of this high volume node, and it's just staying here. Boom, 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 boom. This yellow line or this red line right here is going to be your point of control on your VRVP. So I personally, I would be watching, get rid of that. You could probably even tighten this up a little bit. Boom. Bring this
What's
up a
up,
little
Blocky?
bit. And if I were going to trade this, look, the momentum is getting real tight. Your moving averages are real tight. So I wouldn't be playing this chop right here. I would be waiting for it to break like 52 cents. And I would be looking for like another. So we have like 60 cents right here. And we do have some chops, a lot of volume in this area. So I would be waiting for like a breakout. If we can break 52 cents, I would look for some kind of long. I would check my smaller time frames, check to see if there's any patterns, see what's going on. So that's what I would be doing. And then same thing, if we decide to drop, I would be waiting for a drop below 46. Because this is going to be, it's like right in this little nook right here when we come off this high volume node, right in here. And you got boom, action here, action here, action here. And then you got all this action right here, plus a wick right here. So if I was going to be trading movement, that's what I would do. I would set an alarm on top, an alarm on bottom, and then I would wait for a break. I would go in and look a little harder, like this is probably a good level right here. You got boom, you got this node, this right on top of this high volume node right here. This, it's got a node, but doesn't seem to be like a lot of volume. It's just like a real sharp point. So if we broke this, we'd probably fall, maybe take a pit stop here and then travel down this valley right to where this volume starts right here. That's what I would think about movement. But it's probably something I personally wouldn't be trading.
Yeah. Love it. Love it. Love it.
What's up, Blocky?
Yeah, I was going to say, shout out to Blocky. We definitely need to get a time for you to come on. It'll be a blast. We'll have a great time. And we definitely support everything that you're doing because obviously we're here doing this as well and you're supporting us. And
for those of you watching, YouTube, Blocky Crypto. Check out Blocky Crypto. I've been looking at, he does a lot of live streams, a lot of TA, a lot of stuff. Check him out. Go subscribe. Get those numbers up. Let's grow.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. So I've got a couple of things that are interesting I want to go over. The first thing I'm actually going to go over, let's see if I can find the tab, right? This is the hardest part. The hardest part is finding the tab that I was looking at the thing on And then when I share my screen, sharing that tab, because there are a million. They're infinite. They're infinite tabs here. It's crazy.
You need a second
Right.
monitor is what you need.
You're not wrong, but I
When you
think
get
that
back,
that
this is
would
what you
make it.
do. This is what you do when you get back to the States,
Oh, I have it.
right?
I have it in my living room or in my room, sitting on my desk in
There
the
you go.
States.
I was
Yes.
gonna say just steal your dad's monitor, but you know, set up, just add another HDMI cable and post up at his desk and plug it into your computer.
Yeah, absolutely. Big love, Blocky. So this is what I wanted to show off. Okay, so I love Viva LaCoin. He's one of my favorite people. Met him in real life, and he's just awesome. Just a great person in general. But he always has these really thorough takes on things that are going on as far as financial markets. He's never like a short-term time frame person. It's always like over a span of 2 to 4 years. Like it's like
Yeah,
or 8 to 10 years, right?
he's definitely a macro guy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
like he's still paying attention when my attention span has already been lost, right? So I love to see his takes. It kind of gives me like a different outside, larger perspective on things. But he says he'll keep giving these updates each Tuesday, and we can see how the deficit changes over time. Going off of Doge's unrevised reporting to the U.S. debt clock, Tuesday deficit update since January 28th. We have saved 159.5 billion, but we've spent 176 billion. So the total debt is 16 billion or 16.5 billion currently right now. So the reason that this is an interesting observation here, and the fact that now the Doge clock is now with the U.S. debt clock, is because he made this really great post a while back when people were talking about, and President Trump and Elon were talking about potentially giving like savings checks from the
Right.
savings to each household. He was saying, he made this really great post where he was basically saying, like, come on, this is BS. We are about to pay ourselves when we haven't even saved enough money for it to make a difference yet. So kind of like we need to do that first because we're not even with our debt, right? We're not even with our debt. And even with all the savings, we're still not even with the debt. So if there were a surplus of, like 200 billion, it would make sense to an extent, right?
But
But
he's I don't know how to say explain what he's like being too on the nose about it. You know what I mean? He's like, well, total debt still 16.5. Yeah, but without Doge, total debt would be 176.
yes.
You
Yeah,
understand what I'm
yeah, yeah, yeah.
saying? And they're
100%.
not and Elon and Trump, they're not talking about like taking all that savings and giving it back to the American public. I think they said like 20%.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's one of those things. Yeah, you're right. We're not at break even.
It's like we're not his main point was we shouldn't be patting ourselves on the back yet. Beyond that, we still have the basically what I guess there, let's see. Yeah, basically the 36.5 trillion in actual national debt. So like
Right, right,
even all
right,
of this is a drop in the bucket compared to where we should be before we
right.
start thinking about patting ourselves on the back, right? That was his
But
main point there.
we will never get rid of our national debt.
No,
National debt,
that's the way that our country functions and all the other countries
it's
function.
just
I was
an
actually explaining to my
yeah,
parents yesterday that basically
yeah,
what goes on is all of the countries print money. They just all try to print slightly less than each other so that their money holds just a little bit more value for a little bit longer while they're making negotiations with the other countries if they can help it.
right,
Right? That's pretty much what it is. Everybody's printing money. They just don't want to
right.
print too much more than everybody else. So,
What we've never, well, I don't want to say never, There's only a couple of presidents in history to where we've actually had a negative budget. I think,
like a surplus.
right. I think Clinton was one of them, actually.
I
I'm not,
believe that.
if I'm
Actually, I
not
think
somebody else my age, let
not
me
where I'm
let me
going.
know if I'm remembering that correct. But I do think Clinton was one of the only ones to have a balanced budget with a surplus. And
Yeah,
then,
I
yeah.
believe that's true. Let's see. I'm gonna
I,
ask. I'm gonna
and
grok
I
it.
think it might have rolled. I think it might have rolled over into Bush Senior, but that's about it. I think the only thing we can hope is just have a balanced budget and not add to the national debt.
Yes, we'll just have it. We'll do the deep think. All right.
There you go.
So we'll let that cook. Oh wait, you're not even looking at that page. That's so funny. I opened my messages and everything over here. I was concerned about it. I was like, man, everybody just saw all of my things. So I love watching this think. I'll give it a second and then we'll see. We'll come back to it. But I really did want to talk about this article right here. Let's see.
Right there. It's coming up right there.
About
Clinton had a
Korea.
surplus.
So I love Korea. I love K-dramas. Oh,
Go
is
ahead.
it? Oh, you're looking at it
No,
on
no,
the
no.
other
Go
one?
ahead.
Oh,
I was just reading it as
or
it was
there?
moving.
But anyways, yeah. Oh, I love it. I love reading it, how it's thinking, and then like if it can't find a problem, it'll like reshape how it's looking. Oh, it's so good. Good night, Blocky. But so Bank of Korea is going to launch a CBDC trial for 100,000 customers or consumers, enabling retail transactions. We don't like CBDCs, but I think for the efficiency of financial markets, digital currencies are going to come up, and this is going to be something that is going to change the way that we interact with money. And I think that that's good. I don't like the idea that governments can just turn your money off or seize it or freeze it. But Korea kind of has a pretty strict way that they run their society, even though it is, I guess, like a little bit more progressive than a lot of places. So, I mean, yeah, shout out to Korea. I think this is interesting. This is basically their central bank making a digital currency that they're trying out to onboard people. So we don't like it for the control aspect, but it is a move.
What's up, Doom user?
What's up, Doom? And I wanted to point that out. All right, so let's see what Grok actually says. He's still analyzing historical budgets.
That's all right.
He's looked at over 70 pages, though. This guy is wild, dude.
What's going on, bro? Welcome to the stream.
So I believe we talked about did we talk about Coinbase's plans for India yesterday?
That they're no, we didn't talk about it. I heard it on another show today, though. I can't remember if it was AJ or J Chains. But okay, yeah, cool. They're reopening in India.
Yes, they got securing regulatory registration with the FIU. This is what we talked about just before this too. And then we were like, what is the FIU? And I was like, I don't know. I bet the I stands for India. Let's see what it actually is. So we actually just talked about this. Wait, the Financial Intelligence Unit. Okay, so it's not India, but the Financial Intelligence Unit in India. Yeah, so that's interesting. They are one step closer to fully returning to India after securing the registration with the Financial Intelligence Unit. And they're going to go over the NASDAQ listed company, blah, 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 Coinbase, all this stuff. They had problems in India. Now they've come back. So this is a comeback. This is great. We love this. And also, shout out to Consensus. And I'm going to say this because I had a really great talk with Michael. Check out that interview. It is awesome. But his company got acquired by Consensus and MetaMask. And Consensus is one of the biggest blockchain-based conferences, period. I will still say, of course, use Crypto Nightly code when you buy your Rare Evo ticket. But if you have the opportunity to go to Consensus, I would recommend it. I'm sure it's amazing. I haven't been yet, but it's definitely one of the blockchain conferences I want to go to. So it says that in 2 days, 18 hours, 12 minutes, and 40 seconds, price is going to go up. So if you're planning to make it to Consensus, get out there. You know what I mean? Get on top of it.
Where is Consensus this year?
The last one that I saw was in Hong Kong, but I don't know where it's at this year. 100%.
Okay.
Yeah. This was an interesting article because I'm basically cut off from regular American news except for like through the internet. Like I don't sit down and watch it or like get exposed to it at all. But so this market analysis was interesting. We were just talking about the market kind of turning around and looking positive. And so this article is saying that Ukraine's ceasefire breakthrough sends markets into green and Bitcoin retakes 83K. So it goes into a little bit more detail here. What happened was also giving a boost was an easing in trade tensions between the US and Canada. And I knew about the trade tensions, but here's basically the short. Ukraine has agreed to a US proposal for a 30-day ceasefire in its war with Russia. So this is being assumed that because Ukraine agrees, that Russia is likely to agree. And if they don't agree, it would be kind of a very difficult position for Russia to go against Trump's proposal or the U.S. proposal at this point. So I think that's kind of the assumption there. But shortly after this news hit, Ontario Premier Doug Ford appeared to back down on his tit-a-tat, it should say tat, with President Trump about tariffs. So they had said that they were going to raise tariffs 25% higher on the U.S. I can't remember exactly what it was for. What was it, Desert? You said it a minute ago.
Steel.
Was it energy?
Steel. Oh,
Steel.
wait a minute.
But
Canada?
No.
So Canada. So because
Yeah.
of the tariffs, Canada retaliated with 25% on electricity because it supplies electricity to like 1.5 million U.S. customers, Minnesota, New York, Michigan.
Gotcha. And then we
so they hit us with that
steel.
25%, and then we retaliated by marking up steel another 25%, bringing it up to 50.
Yeah, which is wild.
Right.
The U.S. stock markets moved from sizable losses to gains in crypto turned decidedly higher. So this happened kind of during the day today, which makes a lot of sense why several of these things happening at the same time could make the market a lot more positive in its outlook. But definitely there's been a lot of crazy things going on right now in the macro markets. I thought this was super cool. The Bitwise launches a Bitcoin corporate treasury ETF. And basically what this does is this was a Bitcoin ETF around corporate entities. So one of the biggest holdings was Strategy stock, MicroStrategy, but that is now Strategy. And it's also holds shares of several Bitcoin miners. This would be like Mara, CleanSpark, a few others. And so this is pretty cool. This is basically like for the corporate world, here is your corporate basket of Bitcoin related products, minimizing your risk, and they're all corporate. So you don't have to worry about these kind of like startups or these smaller projects. You don't have to worry about the centralization when you're an institution. Basically is what's going on here. Scrutinizing right now OKX, over 100 million in Bybit laundered funds appearing on OKX. And then so
wow.
Crypto exchange OKX has denied ongoing investigations. What?
I said, oh, wow.
Sorry. Okay, sorry. Has denied ongoing investigations by European Union on its social media channels. Basically, they found a lot of this money. There's a lot of people watching that money on the blockchain, and then so they've been able to follow 100 million of it back to OKX. One of the ways that a lot of these hacker groups actually launder money, especially Lazarus, it has been launching meme tokens on what is it,
on
Pump.fun,
Pump.fun.
and
yeah,
on Pump.fun, and then they have a whole bunch of other wallets that are just like doing all kinds of stuff, so that this is the way that they're able to pull real money, and then move the money around between wallets, and then have wallets with clean money.
That's,
so
I mean, it's pretty
kind of
ingenious,
interesting,
though, right?
It doesn't. Yeah, I mean, like, you know, I didn't start the meme coin. I just had another wallet.
No, but
You
even
got in early, you know?
Yeah, you spread the funds out to multiple wallets, and then you use those wallets to buy. It all goes into Pump.fun. So all that Solana goes into Pump.fun. You push it up to where it bonds, and then it starts going. And then you just yank all your money back up, and you got totally different Solana because it goes into
different
wallets. You know what I mean? It goes into a community wallet or a liquidity pool. And when you pull it back out, you got different Solana. Which, I mean,
it's pretty crazy.
Your wallet is still connected. Your wallet's still connected to those tokens, but the tokens themselves aren't.
Yeah, and I want to say, for legal purposes, I can't 100% say that anything is only being done on Pump.fun. I know that any platform that allows you to create memes easily, this is one of the methods that they're using for laundering money, and you can kind of mix it up, right? It's basically like a mixer by default, because you have a bunch of new wallets, a bunch of old wallets, and a bunch of new people getting eyes on something that is moving in the market. So I thought it was interesting. Yeah, whole bunch of stuff. And then let's see. We've been talking about this kind of a lot, but the House Financial Services Committee kicks off stablecoin discussions. The hearing comes as industry continues to quarrel over what stablecoin regulation should look like in the U.S. We got Maxine Waters. Members of the House Financial Services Committee heard from crypto and banking executives on the state of payments and stablecoins this morning. Lawmakers have a few bills to consider. They have the Stable Act by Rep. Tom Emmers, anti-CBDC bill, and the CRA seeking to overturn the CFPB's new rule that would expand federal supervision over wallet and payment providers. And this is really big, because if you have to have federal supervision over wallet and payment providers, this is a way to say that, like, there are backdoors and everybody has to be registered.
Right.
So that is not what we want here in this space. We also don't want a CBDC in the United States. I think that for some of these other countries, like, that can be fine, but like, America is supposed to be the shining city on the hill, and freedom and liberty, and CBDCs are the anti that. I think that there are some places and some cultures where the lack of freedom is kind of like a cultural development that everybody is more okay with in some places, but I think here is not the case. Yeah, I'm gonna just leave it at that. And then both the Genius Act and the Stable Act seek to divide oversight authority between federal and state agencies. Party lines showed during today's hearing. Rep. Maxine Waters, in her opening remarks, criticized the Trump administration for its approach to the digital asset industry. Of course she did. Despite my belief that Trump administration only wants crypto legislation that personally benefits them and protects its crypto financiers, I still hope that we can all work together on the bill that requires stablecoin to be robust and fairly regulated. And I just want to make a point. Whenever there are these House committees and they are televised, even on C-SPAN. They are literally a like horse and pony show where you have one side making their statement, trying to set the perspective about what's going on, whether that perspective is true or not, right? So they're all trying to fight to control the narrative, and they only show you bits and pieces that suit their narrative. So, but the point here is that we care.
Even at these, like, so when they go to, like, when Gensler goes to the hearings or when Charles went to the hearings, the opposition will get up there and they just grandstand. They just, get on their platform, on their soapbox, and because they know they can't be disputed, and when they try to say something, they're like, oh, this is my time. I'm taking my time back, and so it's exactly 100%. What you said.
Yeah, and I just want to make that clear. You got to be paying attention in what's actually going on, and watch what they do, not what they say.
Yeah.
But it is Tuesday. I have a heart out. I'm going to hit this one real quick. We talked about Texas and their lawmakers making the Bitcoin reserve bill pass. However, some Texas lawmakers seek to cap the state's proposed Bitcoin purchases at 250 million. And I get it. It makes sense. 250 million is still a lot of money, but they don't want to be overexposed to an industry that can be risky when it comes to basically a government agency. I mean, like, even a state is still like the government of the state. So I get it. I think it's interesting. I thought Anatoly, in an article that we read, the founder of Solana, he made a really good point about the Bitcoin reserve thing. He said that he would prefer if the states had their crypto stockpile and the Bitcoin reserve in the state, so that way it could against the federal government, right? It's kind of like a bet that if they act poorly, they have security from that. And I thought that was an interesting take, and that's something I definitely agree with. Last note real quick, CBOE, not sure what it stands for, but it stands for something. But I understood where this was going. Fidelity's Ether ETF is looking to add staking, and they want to integrate staking into their Ether ETFs. This would mean that on US exchanges, you're able to purchase an Ether ETF and generate a staking yield. This basically is an extra way for Fidelity and these big companies to make more money, because they'll be able to stake your Ether and give you a slightly smaller percentage and then pay themselves management fees. That means that they get to eat their cake and have it too. So I think it's cool, though. I think for people that are outside of crypto, this can be a way that they can start to get in. Last thing, because I want to hurt. This is the last thing, because I want to hurt Third Patriot's feelings just a little bit. The SEC delays 4 Ripple XRP ETFs. But I saw that the Franklin Templeton ETF is still on the short list. But they're looking to likely pass sometime in October. So the timeline on when these ETFs would actually come into fruition has been pushed off a little bit farther. All right. With that, that's basically what I got. Yeah, that's it. Besides an article about YouTuber, who's not just any YouTuber, it is the CEO of Token Metrics, Ian Bellina. So Ian Bellina, with more than 100,000 subscribers on YouTube, said that the U.S. Securities Exchange Commission will stop pursuing him in court over allegations that he violated securities laws by promoting Sparkster, the Spark token, and IDO in 2018, or ICO, initial coin offering. So this is interesting because this was a massive part of crypto history. The ICO craze, it was massive. And with that, I leave you guys. And we'll see you guys tomorrow night, every night, Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. PST. We come to you live. We bring to you the most breaking crypto news at the end of the day. So everything that you heard in the morning, we're giving you everything that you missed during the day and all the stuff at night. So we love you guys. We appreciate all the support, and we'll see you guys tomorrow night at 6 p.m.
That's right. Oh,
All right.
and that trade ended up hitting the stop loss in profit, made 3%.
Let's
It'll
go.
be posted in Discord.
Let's go. All right. Peace out, guys. We'll see you all on the next one.